Imagine standing at the end of a stone corridor that hasn't been walked in over 2,000 years. The air is still. The walls are cold. Your flashlight catches dust that hasn't been disturbed since before the Roman Empire existed. Ahead of you, the corridor ends at a sealed door. Not a modern door. A slab of fitted stone, placed with a precision that modern engineers still struggle to explain. Behind it is a room that no living person has ever seen. No camera has ever recorded. No instrument has ever measured. Whatever is inside has been sitting in perfect darkness, in perfect silence, for longer than most civilizations have lasted. And the reason no one has opened it is not because they can't. It is because they are afraid of what will happen when they do. There are places on Earth that humanity sealed shut and never went back to. Tombs designed not to be entered. Chambers built to remain closed forever. And the terrifying part is not the mystery of what's inside. It is the growing realization that the people who sealed these doors understood something about preservation, about danger, and about permanence that we are only beginning to grasp. The most famous sealed door on Earth sits beneath a man-made mountain in central China. In 210 BC, the first emperor of a unified China died at the age of 49. His name was Qin Shi Huang, and he had spent 38 years preparing for death. Not because he accepted it, because he refused to. He sent expeditions across the eastern seas, searching for an elixir of immortality. He consumed mercury-laced potions prepared by court alchemists, believing they would extend his life. They almost certainly shortened it. But if the emperor could not live forever, he would rule forever from the afterlife. And so he built the most ambitious tomb in human history. 700,000 workers labored for nearly 4 decades to construct a subterranean palace beneath a pyramid-shaped mound that still rises 76 meters above the surrounding plain. The complex covers 56 square kilometers. That is not a tomb. That is a buried city. In 1974, local farmers digging a well accidentally uncovered fragments of what would become one of the greatest archaeological discoveries of the 20th century, the Terracotta Army. Over 8,000 life-size clay soldiers, each with unique facial features, arranged in battle formation. Horses, chariots, weapons, officers, infantry, an entire army built to protect the emperor in the afterlife. But here is the detail that changes everything. The Terracotta Army was found outside the tomb walls. It was the perimeter guard, the outer ring of defense. The actual burial chamber at the center of the complex has never been opened. We know it exists. Ground-penetrating radar has revealed a massive void beneath the mound, a chamber roughly 80 meters long, 50 meters wide, and 15 meters tall. It sits somewhere between 20 and 50 meters underground, and the ancient historical records describing what's inside it are, by modern scientific standards, disturbingly accurate. A Chinese historian named Sima Qian, writing about a century after the emperor's death, described the tomb's interior in extraordinary detail. He wrote that the chamber contained a miniature reproduction of the emperor's entire realm. Rivers and seas were simulated using mechanically flowing mercury. The ceiling was inlaid with representations of the heavenly constellations. The floor depicted the geography of the land. Lamps fueled by the fat of deep-sea creatures were designed to burn indefinitely, and the passages leading to the chamber were fitted with crossbows, rigged to fire automatically at anyone who entered. For centuries, this account was dismissed as legend, poetic exaggeration from an ancient chronicler trying to honor a dead tyrant. Then in the 1980s, Chinese researchers tested the soil above the burial mound and found mercury concentrations far exceeding normal background levels. The distribution pattern was not random. It was highest in the northeast and south of the mound. When overlaid on a map of ancient China, the mercury concentrations aligned with the locations of the Yangtze and Yellow rivers, exactly as Sima Qian described. The rivers of mercury appear to be real. But here is the catch. No one can go in to verify. The Chinese government has officially prohibited excavation of the central burial chamber. The reason is not political ceremony or superstition. It is a lesson learned from catastrophic failure. When the Terracotta Army was first unearthed in the 1970s, the soldiers were covered in vivid paint: reds, blues, greens, purples. Within minutes of exposure to open air, the pigments oxidized and flaked away. The color vanished before anyone could preserve it. Thousands of years of sealed preservation, destroyed in moments by contact with the atmosphere. If the burial chamber contains silk, lacquerware, bamboo manuscripts, or organic materials of any kind, opening the door could erase them instantly. And if the chamber truly holds rivers of mercury, breaching the seal could release toxic vapor into the surrounding environment. An estimated 100 tons of liquid mercury may be pooled inside. The technology to safely open, ventilate, stabilize, and preserve such a space does not exist. Not yet. So the door stays shut, and the emperor keeps his secrets. But Qin Shi Huang's tomb is not the only sealed door that haunts the archaeological world. 4,500 years ago, on the other side of the continent, a different civilization sealed a different kind of secret inside the largest structure on Earth. The Great Pyramid of Giza was the tallest building humans had ever constructed, and it held that record for nearly 4,000 years. We have explored its known chambers: the King's Chamber, the Queen's Chamber, the Grand Gallery. But in 2017, a team of physicists discovered something that nobody expected. Using a technique called muon radiography, which measures the way cosmic ray particles pass through solid stone, they detected a massive void deep inside the pyramid. The void is at least 30 meters long, roughly the length of the Grand Gallery directly below it. It is the first major internal structure discovered inside the Great Pyramid since the 19th century. No one knows what it is. No one knows what it contains, and no one has ever been inside. Then in 2023, researchers confirmed a second discovery: a corridor hidden behind the chevron stones on the pyramid's north face, 9 meters long, positioned just above the original entrance. They drilled a tiny hole and inserted an endoscopic camera. The images showed bare stone walls and an empty passage. But the corridor does not end in a wall. It ends in another sealed door. Egyptologist Zahi Hawass sent remote-operated robots down the passage. They reached the stone barrier at the end and stopped. Hawass has stated that he expects to announce what lies behind that door, whether it is a structural relief chamber, an undiscovered passage, or something else entirely. No one outside the project currently knows. Let's step back for a moment, because the pattern here is worth examining. Across different civilizations, separated by thousands of years and thousands of kilometers, human beings arrived at the same conclusion. Certain places should remain sealed. Certain doors should not be opened. The first emperor of China designed a tomb that would kill anyone who entered it. The builders of the Great Pyramid concealed entire rooms behind millions of tons of limestone. These were not accidents of construction. They were deliberate acts of permanent concealment. And the fact that modern science, with all its imaging technology, its robots, its cosmic ray telescopes, still cannot safely access these spaces, tells you something unsettling about the gap between knowing something exists and being able to reach it. We can see through stone now. We can map voids inside mountains using subatomic particles that rain down from space. We can detect mercury rivers through 30 meters of earth. We can send cameras into passages that haven't seen light in millennia. But we still cannot open the door, not without risking the destruction of everything behind it. The technology to look has outpaced the technology to touch, and so these spaces remain exactly as their builders intended: sealed, dark, untouched. The tomb of Qin Shi Huang has been closed for over 2,200 years. The hidden chambers of the Great Pyramid have been sealed for over 4,500 years. In both cases, the contents are almost certainly still there, waiting in conditions that have not changed since the door was shut. No air movement, no temperature fluctuation, no light, no decay beyond what physics demands. These are the oldest undisturbed rooms on Earth, and every year that passes without opening them is another year their contents survive exactly as they were left. Here is the thought that stays with you. Somewhere beneath a man-made mountain in China, there may be rivers of mercury still flowing through channels carved before the Roman Republic was founded. Somewhere inside the Great Pyramid, behind a stone door that a robot photographed but could not pass, there may be a chamber that contains answers to questions we haven't thought to ask yet. These places are not empty. They are full of time, and the doors that protect them have done their job for longer than almost anything else humanity has ever built. Some doors are closed for a reason, and sometimes the reason is that whatever is behind them is worth more sealed than opened. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.